Hello, I'm Dr. Brad Revering, and I put out a video about how to section molars when wanting to extract them. And I had a case came in recently, and this is going to be kind of a dovetail to that video. It goes over a subtle difference that you may have to make in the approach that you take when doing some sectioning. If you take a look at this x-ray, this lady came in, and surprisingly this tooth had no discomfort with it, but it had a large area of resorption or decay on the distal root. Decided to have that tooth removed. Went ahead and removed the crown, and after the crown was removed, decided to section the roots just like I always do. But if you'll notice, this tooth had a mesial tip to it. The second premolar was taken out and the teeth removed forward orthodontically many years ago, and as you can see, the tooth does have that tilt to it. Now if I go down and try to section like I normally do, meaning drop the burr kind of parallel to the normal alignment of all the other teeth, you can see the problem. Right here I took an x-ray after I started to section and realized that my sectioning path was misdirected. Although yes, parallel to the neighboring teeth, in this case it wasn't in line with the actual target tooth I was trying to extract. So went ahead and made the correction to that path, and then of course you can see the tooth was taken out. Also, as a side note, this x-ray you're seeing now that shows the extracted tooth, that other radiopaque, very light radiopaque material, that was the patient biting on some gauze at the time that we took the x-ray. But going back to the misdirected sectioning, that could have been corrected if a couple of different things. One, if I would have just tilted the burr more distally, that could have helped. If I also would have maybe taken the top and cut that off so my path would have been easier to go in, or at least better directed. After I had found that this path wasn't the right way, the corrected path I had to take, I had to remove pretty much that mesial occlusal part of the crown, the clinical crown, in order to get the correct axis. Otherwise the burr starts running up against the side wall of the already prepped section. So whenever you're taking a tooth out that has your non-typical parallel alignment to it, when it is tipped, then of course you have to make sure that your drill is tipped and your drill isn't straight like that. So everything turned out fine with this patient. I mean, we got the tooth out, and it just required a little extra work than normal, but in the end everything was fine. But you know, you learn something from these cases even after years of doing it, just subtle changes to how you may approach teeth. So in this case, having a better directed path would have made this case a little bit easier to do. So hopefully this was helpful. In your next extraction, take a look at the angulation of the tooth. Thank you very much.